How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and this is just going to be a quick nerd corner kind of rant and discussion about the DC film universe that's going on right now. First of all, we're never getting a Snyder cut, and if we do, it's going to be like 20 years from now, just like the Richard Donner cut got released. After, like how far beyond the original one that's how long it's going to take to get a Snyder cut. Second of all, Josh Whedon did what he could with what he had left and the time he had. Stop shitting on Josh Whedon. He did what he could and then he got the fuck out. Now he's doing something else. Thirdly, WB clearly has no idea how to create a cinematic universe. They tried to start it way too soon, and now they're fumbling, and now a bunch of reordering has gone on. Fourthly, Snyder should have just been allowed from day one to complete the trilogy that he started with Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and then Justice League. All of those films should have just been allowed to have been made in Snyder's vision, the way he wanted to make them. Just release it as the Snyder trilogy, and then WB should have rebooted. That is how this should have gone on. This is how it should have worked. You know, it's ridiculous how many people are talking shit, who want a Snyder cut, who are shitting all over Joss Whedon, who are like blaming Warner Brothers for everything that went wrong, who are blaming Whedon for everything that went wrong, who are blaming Snyder for everything that went wrong. No, I'm telling you, Whedon did what he could with what he had in the time that he had left to do it, with the money he had left to do it. The CEO of Warner Brothers wanted his big fat paycheck, so they released it early, not allowing it to have more time to develop the CGI and allowing any more than a 2 hour cut. So if you really want to blame anyone who's on the final cut of Justice League, blame the CEO of Warner Brothers, who I believe is no longer there or no longer in charge of the DC movies anymore. So basically, he's to blame for the runtime and how short and muddled it was, and he's to blame for not allowing them to take more time to finish the CGI and other things that could have been better with the film. It's not Whedon's fault. If you want to blame Whedon for something, blame him for trying to lighten up the film. Blame him for adding in maybe a few more jokes that weren't there in the first place. And maybe blame him for maybe writing a storyline that didn't match up with Snyder's version as coherently as it could have. Other than that, Whedon did what he could. So shut up. Alright, now we're left with a kind of bumbled Snyder trilogy, thanks to WB. But what we have to look forward to is possibly a soft reboot or a redirectioning of the DC Cinematic Universe. And I'm looking forward to Aquaman coming out in December. It should be pretty decent. It's got James Wan on there, who's an excellent director and writer, and it's got Jason Momoa as Aquaman, who was fantastic in Justice League, and every scene that he was in, he stole the fuck out of it. And I think with James Wan helming this, and hopefully WB not sticking their fingers in the pot and stirring things around and trying to get James Wan to cut things down to a shorter length than it needs to be, or not allowing him to take as long as he needs to get this film done. I think it's going to be good. Can't wait for the first trailer. It's going to be probably pretty sick. And then December is going to come, and we're probably going to be pretty blown away because Aquaman's my boy. And then we've got Shazam and Wonder Woman 2 coming. Shazam had a leak recently of what the costume looks like. It was behind the scenes, kind of on set leak photo of Zach Levi as Shazam, and it was all right. It looked pretty good. It didn't look too armory. It didn't look too um, futuristic. The shot we got was from behind, kind of. You didn't get to see the front at all. You got to see the cape. You got to see the red sides of the outfit. We got to see the boots, the arm gauntlets or whatever, and it looked all right. It's too far away to tell, and it's before any special effects are added or anything like that post production. The cape is like the new 52 version of it. If you've seen the Justice League War animated film, you will see basically what it looks like from behind, because we haven't seen the front. We don't know what the giant lightning bolt on the front is going to look like. So hopefully that'll be good and whatnot. The cape itself kind of reminded me of like Egyptian cloth or like an Egyptian curtain type of thing, and you can laugh at that or whatever, but considering how old the wizard Shazam is and the time period in which the very first um, Shazam was created, it makes sense to have it kind of like Egyptian cloth or have it look that old. So that's pretty accurate, whether you like the look of it or not. And then for the red portion of his suit, it was too far away to tell what material they were using. I don't think it's just spandex. Hopefully, we'll get a better look at it really soon, because I'm hoping it's more like what Superman's suit looks like, kind of like that interwoven kind of crosshatch looking material. I hope it doesn't look like velvet or like a morph suit when it's actually up close. But from what I've seen so far, it looks good. No one should be complaining. As for the film itself, I don't really know who the director is or the writer is. They don't seem to be anyone too big or standout-ish to me, but honestly, it'll probably be decent. I don't know if they're still going to use Henry Cavill as a cameo in the film or not, but if he does, it'll be kind of neat, because there was a Superman versus Shazam film. I'm trying to look at my collection up there on the shelf. Can't really pick it out too quickly. But there was a film with Shazam and Superman and them both fighting Black Adam. It was pretty cool. So it would make sense to have Superman make an appearance in it. It's based on that animated flick. Yeah, it's called Superman slash Shazam: The Rise of Black Adam, or something like that. The return of Black Adam, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, it was good. It was a good little like half-hour short animated film. Check it out if you can. Um, if they do anything remotely close to that for the live action film, I am so down. I don't know if The Rock's still attached to being Black Adam or when he's gonna appear, if and when he does, but it should be all right. And Wonder Woman 2, uh, it'll probably be pretty good. Honestly, it'll probably be almost as good as the first Wonder Woman. And as long as Patty Jenkins does her thing and doesn't let WB manipulate her into changing anything, then it should be good. There is someone who's being talked about being the Cheetah right now. I can't remember her name, but the actress who is in the all-female Ghostbusters, the lead one, basically the Peter Venkman of the group. She's gonna in talks to be the Cheetah, and honestly, I don't think that's a good idea, because now, don't get me wrong, I know Gal Gadot is like super skinny and looks very fragile herself, but at least she she's young, and she like went to the gym and beefed up a bit for her role to make it a little bit more believable. But even if she's not physique or physically like buffed out or ripped, she's still Wonder Woman, so you've got the benefit of the doubt, because she's got supernatural abilities or the abilities of like a god, whereas Cheetah, she doesn't. So the person that they're looking at getting to play her, maybe, it doesn't work. Like she's like a middle-aged old like a middle-aged woman. I'm guessing maybe around her 40s. I haven't looked it up, but she seems way too frail, way too skinny. Doesn't, to me, look like she could pull off the, you know, ninja skills of a cheetah woman and all that. She definitely would need to hit the gym and beef up a lot more than Gal Gadot, because she has to pull off these acrobatic and fighting skills more naturally and more believably, because it's just some woman in a cheetah outfit, I believe, depending on what character they get from the comics, because one actually has like supernatural cheetah abilities and the other one's just like this creep ass cheetah lady who's cut out a cheetah's like skin and wears it as her costume. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling the person they're eyeing for cheetah right now. So hopefully they find someone better, and if not, hopefully they do something with that actress to make it more believable. But either way, whatever happens, I think the Wonder Woman 2 will be good. So, so the next three DC films should be pretty decent. Aquaman, Shazam, and Wonder Woman 2. I don't see any reason why they're not going to be good at this moment. They've got everything lined up for them pretty good, and the actors are decent. Patty Jenkins as a director is great. James Wan as a director is great. I can't, like I said, I can't remember who's directing and writing Shazam, but they're obviously not too big if I can't remember the names. But I still have faith in it, as long as it's anything like Superman Shazam, the animated flick. It should be sweet. And after that, I think there's the group that did, or the directing group that did Game Night is now attached to the Flash and writing it. I'm with Dave Pena from the Film Junkie on this one. I think it's not going to be Flashpoint, uh, especially if they're doing the Rogues Gallery, because the Rogues Gallery wasn't really involved too much in the Flashpoint. It was mostly Professor Zoom, and yeah, I don't think they're going to be bringing back the entire Justice League roster for this film. And there's just, I don't know, I feel it's way too much to cover in the first Flash film. They'll probably eventually change it, and they might not change the name Flashpoint. They might keep the name Flashpoint just to have it called something, but I doubt it's going to be the actual Flashpoint story or anything remotely close. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. I have confidence that the people who wrote the script for Spider-Man: Homecoming and the two that directed Game Night should be decent enough for this film. Hopefully they keep it in the same style as what Ezra Miller did in Justice League, because any scene that Ezra Miller was in Justice League, he stole the fuck out of it as well. Him and Jason Momoa should totally get a spin-off. Aquaman and the Flash versus, I don't know, who the fuck could they fight? Someone cool. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on what's going on with the current DC film universe, what my thoughts on Snyder and WB and Whedon and all that is. And I'm still pretty sure that even though they're not doing a full reboot, that the soft reboot and redirectioning they're doing is going to land some positive outcome for the future of DC. So don't give up hope yet, my friends, because I think we're still going to be getting back on track, and hopefully people will get their ass in the seats for Aquaman in December. Hopefully they'll wash the bad taste of Justice League out of their mouths. I'm still going to buy the Blu-ray version, so, you know, because I loved a lot of the stuff that was in the Justice League movie, but that's just me. Anywho, that's it for this Jesse Nerd Corner. I was going to say Jesse Talks Metal, but this is not Jesse Talks Metal. That'll be it for this Nerd Corner. Apologies for not posting anything for almost a week again. I've just been super busy. Maybe I'll talk more on what's been going on with me in another video. Maybe not. I've got a punk collection update to do, and probably before a new like black metal or death metal or anything like that collection update comes, I'll probably be getting the Metalhead box. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. For Glory, For the Rebellion, Slammerella out.